is made up of Tanner, Joseph, Brittany, Reese, and I, Nicole, volunteered for Boyce, Thompson Arboretum. When we first started this project, we were not too thrilled about it because we thought we were going to be picking weeds all day. Well, that's what we did, but when we got down there, it was actually pretty fun. We got a couple laughs out of it. Boyce Thompson is a great place to volunteer. Not only volunteer, but a great place to take your family or friends, because they have a lot of stuff that you can do down there besides the nature walks. You can barbecue and picnic and do other stuff. The preview topics that we're going to be talking about, we're going to give you a description of our service and our actual activities that we did, and just a brief description of what else there is. And I'm going to hand it over to Joseph.
Alright, how many of you enjoy being around nature, or any type of plant life? Well, Boyce Thompson is a place that you might want to go visit. It's pretty awesome. They have every plant you can imagine, any cactus, lots of wildlife, lots of fish. The place is there for educational, recreational, research and conservation of plants of any kind. They have many different programs that they offer. They also gave me a little tour of what they have at the actual park. This right here is their first actual building, which when they first started, there was nothing around it. It was completely barren. Now there's trees around it. I kind of didn't get the whole picture, but the whole garden. This is one of the Australian places, or one of the Australian homes, where they used to have goat herders and stuff like that around there. This right here is the skyscraper saguaro, which is very, very rare to see them blooming around this time of year. This is the beginning to the eucalyptus forest, which is right next to the house, and it's one of the walks that you can go down. This is Magma Ridge. It's a pretty prominent place because once you get there, the only thing you see is plants and this huge mountain. It's probably one of the best views that you see. This right here is a very specific tree. The guy wanted to make sure that we got to see it. It's called a Baja tree from Baja, California. The tree right there, I think is about 40 feet high, and he said that it is $1,000 a foot if you want to sell it. And it takes a long time for it to grow.
Wow.
So they have one of those. This is Ayer Lake, which is their man-made lake, which provides irrigation and water to all the plants. And this right here is kind of part of the conclusion area. Like I said, remember that the Arboretum is there for research, recreational research, and conservation. You can help them out too. You can go volunteer there. There's lots of programs that they offer. They have educational walks, and this right here is one of their plant sales that they have twice a year to help raise money for their Arboretum. So now I'll hand it off to...
Alright, like you just gave a quick little overview of what Boyce Thompson is, and like Nicole stated earlier, our project was we were going to be pulling weeds. When we first heard that, we just thought it would suck, man, this is going to blow. And we got there in that early morning. I mean, it was still pretty early. The sun was just still coming up, and he showed us what we were going to be doing, and I was thinking maybe a long pass and things like that. But it was actually quite a rather large area which we were pulling the weeds in. And we weren't allowed to pull flowers. I got yelled at for throwing a ladybug around. They're very, yeah, see, that's what we pulled right there. We pulled all of that. And we actually thought it was going to be, like I said, pretty bad. But overall, we did enjoy what we did. We got to know each other as a group stronger. And we actually kind of looked at Boyce Thompson because of the drive time. That was going to be included in our service. We're just like, let's do that, less service. But we got there, and we actually spent more than we planned on being there for. We could have left right around, I think, 2 or 3, but we stayed there until, actually, we got home about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. We stayed a little bit longer than we had actually planned on. And we had a great time with who we were working with. I mean, he kept coming back, making sure we were doing what we're supposed to be doing. And there's different parts of the project. Like, besides pulling the weeds, I was given the, I guess, authority to drive the truck around and unload the weeds there. But yeah, we had quite a bit of fun. He was going to be the one kept checking in on us. His name is Rob. That's the only picture he would let us get of him because we snuck it. We didn't ask him for it, but overall it was a good project. We enjoyed it quite a bit. So yeah, I'm going to turn the time over to Reese.
We've all heard the saying, don't judge a book by its cover. I think the day we walked in this class, we all had our own little opinions of each other, like with our personalities and everything. The day we started this project with my group, it was we were minus one person. Joseph was out with West Nile, so we were kind of trying to mesh with each other and try to get it at first. My first impression of everyone was like, okay, I have the biggest personality, so Brittany came off as the one with the smallest personality. So I was like, well, I don't want to, just run over her. So, we started talking and we started working it out. When we first started the project, it was kind of just like, all right, we're just going to talk about what we need to and split apart. The day of the project, it was like a family road trip. We stopped at McDonald's, we got breakfast, we all started conversating and just started learning a little bit more about each other. Leading up to the project, we were all kind of bummed out about, we're going to pull weeds, how are we going to incorporate communication in pulling weeds? Like, we're not going to talk to anybody, we're just going to be in a field pulling weeds. But for this group, I think that's exactly what we needed. Like, because we all sat down and spoke to each other. Like, when we were there pulling weeds, we started joking. I found out that Joseph is a comedian. Brittany's personality isn't as small as it came off. She grew up in a big family. We found out about each other's families, our fears. Joseph's a little bit afraid of bees. Every time he saw one, he screamed. So, we all talked, and after the project, after we were done pulling weeds, at the end of the day, we all got to learn so much about each other. And it carried over when we got back to class. Like, Brittany and Nicole developed a close friendship. We all see each other now, and we speak to each other. And I just want to say that we all are entitled to our own opinions of each other because that's what makes us human. But the next time you're in a new environment, just take the time to say hi to somebody. And just like a flower, you could bloom into a great friendship, and it's just, you never know what's going to happen. And
Alright, so as we can see from the pictures, this is really a beautiful place to hang out and go to. I feel really lucky that we got to go there. And Joseph was saying that there's like history walks and just walks to go and learn about the flower.
That's classic.
That's our version of the American Gothic.
Yeah.
But just to go and walk on the grass. We didn't really get to go on any of that, but I know that in the future I would love to go back and to learn more about the place because all we really got to do was pull weeds out of the largest area. And as we were saying before, it definitely wasn't, like, building up to it, we were like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. We got the biggest area to pull. It's not going to be fun because there was a million weeds everywhere that we had to pull, and it ended up being like the best thing for us because we didn't know anything about each other, but just throw I was going to say kids, but I guess for adults, into an area that we were kind of secluded and had nobody else to talk to but each other, and it turned out great. We definitely know so much more about each other, and so it definitely was a great experience. And I just want to charge you all with, like, we're young adults. We have so much opportunity to go and make a difference in our community. There's so many chances that we get, and I want you guys just to take one opportunity and do something with it, even if it's not going here and pulling weeds or whatever it is. Just if you can do something to change in the future, go ahead and do it. Like, it's only for the best.
Are you doing a pull-up?
I was trying to pull the tree out.
Oh.